With your manifestation, can you fix McFlurry machines at McDonald's? Because I'll be like, I'm gonna roll up to this McDonald's.
It's the soft serve machine.
Better have a fucking McFlurry.
I'll just manifest you another kind of yogurt.
No. And I'll go there and they're like, I'm sorry, it's broken. I'm like,
Welcome back to another awesome episode of Careful Boys, and today we are very, very honored to have Arvid over here.
Hey! Thank you.
So we were talking about slavery.
I thought we were gonna drop the subject.
No, dude, you are an interesting man, and you know it seems like all of the things that you have somehow manifested in your journey, like you manifested it, like you
that's the right word for it. Yeah,
went out of your way, met people, asked questions, called people up, like you had some sort of like thing that was like, I need to get in here somehow. Is that just an innate thing that you've had since you were born, or it's like?
Yeah, well, no, not. I would say like, growing up, I was pretty. Like I was in a very Asian community in Bellevue, Washington. So like it was very academically.
there's a lot of Hawaiians there, huh? Or now?
A little bit, but yeah, just in general, like Japanese Americans, Chinese Americans. It's a good mix of people, but yeah, like my high school is like very obsessed with just school and same thing in middle school and everything. And then,
is it like the Irvine of Washington?
I guess it could be.
Sounds kind of like it.
Yeah, it's like most people's parents. You know, most of their dads are like engineers or PhDs or that kind of stuff. And then so I hated it. So I was like, I hated dealing with like school in that way because I felt like I never got a chance to actually like try to learn anything I was interested in. It was just like hardcore like.
But were you really still good at school?
Yeah, but it's not like it's more like my dad had a rule I couldn't get less than an A in every class, so I had to like, actually get the floor. Yeah, like every single class.
A minus.
Well, yeah. Well,
A minus is a beating.
Yeah, that don't count, right?
Yeah, they still will count it as an A in high school. But I did running start, so I did like 2 years of college in high school. So you can't get an A minus because that actually affects your GPA. It was really like
sounds
really
stressful.
Something. Yeah, it was really something. And then I was like, okay, I hate school. But I still was always super curious. So I think my only motivation was like I just wanted to know the answers, like the real answers to things.
Oh, that's sick.
You are a truth seeker.
Yeah, like a real like guru man. Yeah, and then sit there and meditate. But yeah, I think it was only after the Tony Robbins stuff that I understood like the power of like mindset and pretty much anything related to manifestation. Because before that, I had all these health problems and I was financially in a bad place. And then like afterwards, it was like a weird miracle cure, UPW for me. Like it fixed every single health problem.
Unleash the power within.
Yeah.
That's a 3-day.
What health problems did you have?
I had like I had fibromyalgia for over 10 years, so it's like every part of my body was in pain, and then I had like precancer cells, like in terms of my esophagus, because I had so much like acid reflux all the time. I just went through one UPW, everything just magically disappeared. It was really weird.
Is that the one you walk on fire at then?
Yeah. And then like financially,
that's crazy.
Yeah, financially it was like I think I grew my monthly income by 10x in like 4 weeks. Wow. It was like insane, just because I didn't realize that like most of the time you're just kind of stressing, like you're not actually like doing real like anything actually productive, at least in my case. Like you're thinking about stuff a lot, but you're not like physically like
because you're tired from thinking.
Yeah, you're not really sending the amount of emails that you need to be sending. You're not really doing what you could be doing.
So to catch people up that are watching, UPW is called Unleash the Power Within. I didn't go to it. But from because I've been to other Tony Robbins seminars, so I kind of understand the structure. But what he does is pretty much like he's like I would almost say he's like kind of like the David Goggins of mindset, where whatever you think your cap is right now, like you think you're trying your best, he'll help you unlock it. So by the time you leave, you go, oh shit, like
I'm capable for more.
I thought I was making $100K a year, and like. And I thought that was dope, and I'm like, dude, I could easily do $750K. So it's like the way he kind of like overclocks your brain, and then your belief in yourself is 10 times much higher. And then obviously when you leave, you have bad habits, and you get down on yourself, and you have self-doubt again. Yeah. But he gives you tools to be able to tap back into that space of being a high performer.
Yeah. And that was pretty much the big breakthrough for me. And then everything was basically manifest. It's like even the Jordan Belfort one. I remember I was having a brunch with my now wife, and we were in Santa Barbara. I think we were in the San Ysidro Ranch restaurant. I forgot the name of the restaurant, but it's a great restaurant. Highly recommend it. And we're just sitting there, and no one's at this restaurant except behind me. There's Leo DiCaprio. And his girlfriend, one of his many girlfriends at the time. But anyway, so like I didn't believe my wife when she was saying like, "Oh, Leo's behind you," and then like I'm just like slowly turning, and then I thought like, and I noticed it's actually him, and I thought he probably has people stare at him all the time, but he's like really offended at this moment. So like he drops his foot and he like stops and he looks at me, and then I'm like, well, this is awkward because now I have to like. Deal with Leo in the future, and then somehow in my head I told her, I was like, oh, for sure I'm gonna have to deal with something related to Leo DiCaprio because of this moment. And then I got connected to Jordan Belfort like within a few weeks after that. So it's like these weird like it's really weird, but like anytime I have these weird like thoughts in my head that sound ridiculous. Same thing now, like I had this thought, I woke up one day and I was like, I want to advise, because I went to law school, I never finished. I was like, it'd be really cool is if I just skipped that whole process and worked with an attorney general because it's like the highest level, and then I was like, okay, I have 48 hours to advise an attorney general, and I have no connections to any attorney generals, so I just I make up these weird rules, and then like I start messaging everybody, and then I'm like, hey, just intro me.
With your manifestation, can you fix McFlurry machines at McDonald's? Because I'll be like, I'm gonna roll up to this McDonald's.
It's the soft serve machine.
Better have a fucking McFlurry.
I'll just manifest you another kind of yogurt.
And I'll go there and they're like, I'm sorry, it's broken. I'm like, fuck, dude, bitch.
Can't keep doing this to us.
You screwed me.
Keep breaking her heart.
So like in that situation where you're saying like intro me, if someone goes okay and they intro you, what do you say to the
So I'm like just trying to push in that direction. So it's not like I didn't have any friends that talked to attorney generals, right? So like what they could do is intro me to some random mayor of some random city. Like they can just, they can like get me in that direction basically. And then I talk to that mayor of that random city that no one's ever heard of, and I'm like, hey, do you have someone who like, and then I just keep pushing basically.
Kind of like the whole 6 degrees of separation. Like someone knows someone that knows.
They absolutely do. Yeah. So it's
that guy's like, you didn't want to meet me?
Yeah. So when I talk.
No, you're a stepping stone, you idiot. I don't care about you.
McFlurry's? Yeah. I'm the mayor of Santa Fe Springs. He's like mad.
Bring the swap meet back.
Or at least the driving theater.
Well, actually, with everybody that I talk to, I always ask them about what they're doing in terms of business, and I try to give them as much as I can. Even like our conversation, like the moment I talk to them, I always like, I'm wondering what are you doing in terms of business, and usually they don't have anyone that they've really talked to about it, so it's easy for me to like have a full conversation and tell them what I've seen other people do and what works, and then I'm like, intro me to the church. I think I think with nowadays it's much easier than it was before, just because I can just have a conversation with anyone about their business and be as helpful as I can depending on their situation. But yeah, that is the recipe.
Well, you manifested your way here. Congratulations. The dream, I'm sure you watched Bart's vlog and him playing with Taika, and you said, one day I'm going to be on JK.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
Does that ever work in a negative way?
No. Yeah. What's like a manifestation direction you went and like just didn't work out?
Like, do you ever see like an ad for a dildo and you're like, damn it, that's in my life now. You're like, I'm gonna work with this guy. God,
there's a big black dildo.
I think where I'm not happy sometimes, like I might get to that end outcome, for example with the politics and stuff, and then I realize it's very different than what I expected.
You wanted to get into politics.
I just wanted to know like what's like, for example, like the presidents and stuff. Yeah, I was like, what's going on? And it's like kind of pathetic. You get, like,
you're doing this for money? What?
You could do literally anything.
Yeah, I think the politics one was the most disappointing when I like.
Yeah, we saw how a lot of that worked. Too.
Yeah, it's basically the kind of the simple answer. Most politicians usually went to law school. They're lawyers, and none of them actually believe in anything that they say. It's literally a 9-to-5 job where they're employed as a lawyer to advocate for the party that basically got them there, and that's it. And so that's not actually a bad thing necessarily, because you don't. Everyone's opinions changes. You don't want someone to be going rogue necessarily, but it's really like a profession where it's mostly just lawyers who are just doing it as a 9-to-5 job. They don't care about anything that they're saying, and they're saying what you want to hear, pretty much, and that's pretty much how the world works. But yeah.
Today's video is brought to you by Rocket Money.
You know what my favorite thing about Rocket Money is?
What?
So a lot of people like to use it for subscriptions, and they've already helped me with that. I'm like, just because I visit different places and I get gym memberships and they trick my ass, now all of a sudden I look back and I'm like, why am I paying for 3, 4, 5 gym memberships when I already own a gym and I have one at my house? So they help me clear that up. But one of my favorite functions is the budgeting part. Because when I'm spending day to day, I get impulsive and I'm like, oh, of course I would love to spend this much on a meal, have this friend in town and that friend in town. But the way that you can categorize, you can go food, entertainment, transportation. And so you have your own like personal CFO working for you, budgeting stuff out so that you can live your daily life and still reach your own goals.
That's so wonderful. And like me, I'm super forgetful. So I get excited and sign up for things. And then I'm like, I've been paying for this for 2 years and I forgot about it. And I know a lot of you guys do this because over 70% of people are paying for subscriptions right now that they forgot about. But Rocket Money can help you out.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. And Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/off-the-record. That's rocketmoney.com/off-the-record. rocketmoney.com/off-the-record.
Do you think Trump is doing that? Or is he a little different?
There's no power that any president has, that I've ever seen, that was a shocker, but like it makes sense once you start to realize what is this guy doing all day? They're giving speeches, they're doing like
They're like the spokesperson.
they're spokesperson. That's really what they are, no matter who they are. But
So we need a dictator.
Good one too.
We need a strong dear leader that can actually
Dear leader.
like a king.
we need Kim.
A beloved leader.
We need a dear leader, man, that walks around missiles and goes that, and everyone goes.
I'd be down, man. I'd be down to live in North Korea for like a couple months.
Just to figure it out.
Just to ask him questions.
Hey, man.
Wow.
You know he's our age, dude. Can you believe being
would
our
you ask
age and
him?
running a whole country?
I just want to know what he's actually like, his real problems privately day to day, because it's pretty different. Because like I know like
That's
royal
why
family-
diabetes and shit.
Yeah, like one royal family that I know, basically he has a terrible life because all of his family members want him killed so that they can get the job as the king.
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't really think about like the day to day life.
It's some Game of Thrones shit.
Because he can't trust his closest people, actually.
Yeah.
Remember when Kim Jong-un
Jeez,
faked his
man.
death? He faked his death, and then because they were like, "Oh, he's been missing. He had a heart attack," and then he says, "Surprise, motherfucker, I'm alive!" And then he killed his uncle because he was trying to bring
uncle
out
guy.
like who was gonna try to step into power.
At the train station?
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Because I remember him killing some family members. He's good at that, you know. You probably have to be if you're a dictator, you're king.
Yeah, you probably have to kill all your uncles.
He's like, I definitely do it. He's like,
That fool killed his stepbrother.
he's like, I already know which uncle I'd go for.
He killed his stepbrother or his half brother.
I want to be a dictator just so I can kill my uncle who I hate.
He killed his half brother at the Malaysian airport. That was a sick ass move.
Yeah, with the two girls, yeah.
Story,
And the girls didn't even know that they were.
It was like a reality show. Right?
Crazy.
It was like a test.
Where you kill a stranger.
They were being primed for like a year and a half or some shit.
Yeah, dude.
Can you
that's
imagine
pretty
your
sick.
job is to kill family members? That's your job. Versus like us,
No,
that's like
your job is to protect your throne. It's different.
same thing.
What else would you ask Kim Jong if he was like, anything, go ahead. He's like, I'll tell you.
He probably want to talk to you about the NBA all day.
How's slavery working for you?
Yeah.
Well, what else would you ask him?
You know what I'm actually curious
Have a
about? Because
raw
I went pretty far down the rabbit hole to like listen to those defectors, like exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
like you hear all the bad, but I'm like, there's a good to everything. It doesn't matter what situation. Right? I need to understand like there's something that's as a human that's allowing certain people to still feel perfectly satisfied there. And if you really listen to the defectors, and I talked to one of my friends who dealt with who's the famous defector?
The lady?
That girl that's like a model.
Yeah. One
who was lying about
Yeah, the one who got caught up in a little bit.
She started going crazy and crazy.
She got a little out of hand. Yeah.
And then they feed us worms, and then after the worms, they feed us a leather.
They look into her life. She was like a socialite.
Yeah, she was like a rich North Korean.
Yeah, I was like trying to understand like what's really going on, and the one thing that I did find is if you really pay attention to some of the random obscure interviews, they will say that in North Korea, because it's just more like, it's just a poorer country effectively, it's a lot more communal and social, and so like they get that benefit versus in like in Western countries, you know, you're isolated and it's, you know, very rigorous, but that's the one thing that they liked, is that people actually like enjoy time with each other and are laughing, just because there's other things to do. You're not sitting there watching TV.
So it's a good social life.
Yeah, with like family, you know, maybe you go
It's like early 90s life.
to kill your uncle or something, but outside of that,
Like versus being distracted by your phones and
yeah,
everyone's
no,
on
because like I really want to like the thing that attracted me to Jake's videos is like he's really going for like the taboo stuff. And anything that's taboo, there's something to uncover there, and so like anything that like you know is like everybody like is just cast as like a negative. I want to like look at like, okay, there's human beings there. I know how humans work. There must be something. Yeah. You know, that's like
So Arvid is an upskirter. He likes to look. He likes to look under the skirt, and then what is under there? He's a selfie sticker. And he goes, "That's the truth."
That's pretty tight. Yeah.
He's an upskirter.
That's where the real knowledge is at.
It's not revealing the veil.
Panties of evil. Yeah, I like that. I like that Jake does that. He's like, there's something to learn with all this evil stuff that people just
Yes.
brush off and go, they're bad. Let's not look into that. But it's like, something's there, man.
You know, maybe it takes a certain personality to like to be attracted to wanting to uncover that. Because when I speak about this to some of my friends, right? They get extremely uncomfortable. They are like, oh, this is kind of scary. I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, why? This is fun. And then maybe because I'm like, it doesn't change my world.
He's a pro upskirter.
I'm an upskirter. Because I'm like, does it change, like, if I found out tomorrow aliens exist, does it change the way a ribeye steak tastes? No. Like, nothing in my life changes. Like, I just find out.
Nothing will change that for me.
I can still enjoy the same thing. My quality of life doesn't change.
I was just getting arrested. He's like, listen, man, like nothing in my life changed by me doing this. I was just trying to
The ribeyes taste the same. He just keeps saying that.
Looking up those skirts. Someday I want Jake to start making videos on like Disney villains and to be like, was it really that bad what Jafar was trying to do? Because it's only a matter of time.
Was it the genius slave?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Just constantly given. I like a lot of his videos too because it teaches you like motive rather than good or bad. I think that's such a boring way of looking at life. Is like, that's good and that's bad. A lot of people argue morality all the time because that's interesting to, I think, the majority of the world.
But it's like you were saying, there's no real true good or bad in
It's
like
just
big
motive.
business or politics. It's just
like
Self-interest too, right?
it's profiteering, right?
Yeah, but especially in the politics, if you think about it for 2 seconds, like after, like at least for me, it was like, okay, at the end of the day, what else am I supposed to expect from some lawyer guy who just wants to get paid 9 to 5 and he's supposed to advocate for, like, what else is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know, like that's it. Like, and that's kind of what I was just like, okay, it's kind of sad, but then it makes a lot of sense, and then I, you know,
This might be
Go sleep at
complex,
night.
but
Yeah.
has there been anything that when you like discovered or uncovered it like changed the trajectory of either your belief system or like a direction that you wanted to go with everything that you do?
Yeah, you know, honestly, I would say like the YouTube space started to really shift my understanding of people, like the creators that I deal with, because obviously, like, you guys know that, well, you guys are obviously, you know,
Idiots.
source of truth, you know, for the world, but for everybody else, like, you're optimizing for what gets clicks, what gets views, whether it's true, whether it's not, you know, kind of doesn't matter. And so, especially with like the business guy influencers,
the gurus.
that like I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that, but like, say like Alex Hormozi, okay? Like, like anybody that people feel is like super legit, essentially, he's done a good job at convincing you and he's like, done a good job at making you feel good. So Warren Buffett, Hormozi, all these types of people, they tend to do a very, very good job at creating the right emotions. So you keep watching them and you feel good about yourself, but rarely is it that it makes a real impact on your day-to-day income in your life, basically.
True, yeah.
And so, like Hormozi, the guy, I'm pretty sure he lives in Texas, but basically there's a few billionaires in Texas that advise him, and then one of those guys like is someone that's like a kind of a client or friend of friend, essentially. So I've spent enough time talking to one of those billionaires, and basically Hormozi's just sitting around all day trying to get stories from different billionaires. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just making up a lot of stuff, basically. And then, like, I talked to his it's someone who works with his video editors, and so when you kind of see the behind the scenes, it's like, okay, I kind of feel bad for the guy on some level because I know how he is privately. He's a relatively sad, angry dude. It is what it is. But it's weird and it's unfortunate that like that's what's captivated everyone. Same thing with Warren Buffett. Like and Bill Gates especially too. Like I now know how he is privately, and so it's just so different from like the image that's portrayed, and that kind of messed with my view as to like, I guess people do just want entertainment effectively more than like truth.
Oh, so because I was thinking to put Hormozi in the same...
Even in the fitness space too, like I'm sure you see that, sorry. Yeah.
To put Hormozi in the same weight of like with Warren Buffett, and because Warren Buffett and Bill Gates aren't known as influencers in this space, but you're talking about what they present to the public versus how they are as business guys or how they operate in real life. Yeah. The two don't match.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, like Warren Buffett. That's why I just made the video with Jake on Warren Buffett. But like he's as old school, like mafia ruthless. Like he's like, there's no like, oh, you just sit there and you smile. Like it's all like a fake character.
So he seems like a teddy bear. Yeah. That's what you mean. Like his persona. That's his actual. That's how he's a threatening motherfucker. Like he's a teddy bear with a gun.
Really paranoid, really mafia. Yeah, like that's kind of, it's basically like the paranoid mafia type guys. Those are the people that end up like billionaires. Yeah, essentially. Millionaires, you can have plenty of good like real life businesses, but like the billionaires, you're dealing with like mafia type people, and you see this more in. People don't think of that in the U.S., but like it's more obvious. Let's say if I said, "Hey, here's a billionaire in this random like country in Africa or South Asia or whatever," you might. And
they're like warlords.
Yeah, and you'd assume that that's the case, and you think in America they're just some goody people, but they're not. You know, so like it's the same like whether it's in America or.
And did that change your belief system or the way that you want to lead your life?
Now you want to be a warlord?
Yeah, that's it, and the slavery and everything.
Have you met any billionaires or highly like have you met any billionaires that kind of didn't screw anyone over?
No, so it's a tricky question because basically when you see a society without that many billionaires, the entire economy is kind of it's like everybody's kind of worse off. So it's a weird trade-off essentially where that's kind of the argument basically. Like if you have these societies like let's say in America where there's tons of rich people, a lot of poor people, whatever. At the end of the day, the products, services, no matter how much they scam people in the process or how much how many people they killed in the process. At the end of the day, there are way more like consumer goods that people have. Yeah. Like
everyone has AC, everyone has access to Walmart.
Yes. And then if you get rid of that, then like everyone's kind of back to farming.
Mud huts or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
you know what that reminds me of? Like there's certain cities in Japan that are the most safest because it's the headquarters of certain Yakuza groups. And if you're doing petty crime in those cities, you're guaranteed to be killed. If you're getting fucked up, you rather be fucked up by like the cops. You want the cops to jump you, not the gangs to jump you, right? So then it's kind of like, well, if you have a bunch of billionaires with these kind of it's better than chaos.
Yeah.
Of like a country that doesn't have. So I'm like, is there anything beyond that though?
Better quality of crappy life.
Would you rather be a billionaire that has to do those types of things, or would you be fine with just being a millionaire?
No, I'm happy just being a millionaire. The only thing like
he's a billionaire.
Of course you would say that.
Yeah.
This guy's media trained.
Yeah. It's just like it's kind of like Yeah, like even in fitness, right? There's like a certain point where it's like for most people they're well off, and then when you get to the extreme bodybuilding, it's like okay, you're dealing with a totally different situation. That's kind of how I would say the billionaires are. It's a different game, different situation. You can't compare like a regular guy being really active.
Steroids is crazy.
Yeah,
Well, the mindset to get to that point, right?
It's totally yeah. It's like it's
I think
different
there's
game.
the thing that like people don't usually experience this because you don't get to that level of success. But then you'll see people where they're very true to their craft and they're very authentic, whether it's business or fitness or whatever. But because of the ceiling that you hit by putting out the truth, they now have to gamify it, and you become like the Hormozis or whatever. So now you're putting out fitness content that you may not believe in, but will get more views, which at the end of the day makes you more money. So you're like, what's more important, me being better at fitness or better at business?
Yeah.
And then so now you have guys that I see like sell supplements, sell programs, do whatever, or train a certain way on camera that they never do in real life. They'll never train like this, but because they do this and they know they're gonna get 1 million views, which makes way more money, and then they go train this way, and it's completely separate.
Do you mean Sean T doesn't do hip hop abs at home?
It makes a lot of money. Yeah, and I'm sure it's that way with business and all these other people.
The worst thing that I think is actually really harmful is like normal running shoes. I didn't realize that fucks up your knees. You know, like having these soft fucking shoes like that.
What are this fucking thing?
Yeah. Like, what do you think's happening? Why, like your knees are taking the impact, and you're older. You're like, what just happened? You know, my knees gave out on me.
So be barefoot.
I wear zero shoes. Yeah, like I wear it was like 9 months of pain, you know, for like my feet. But like but now I feel like
It's like PT.
that was the thing that I was just on the fitness side. I was like, man, this kind of sucks that people like the average consumer wants comfy shoes if they're gonna go running. Like they don't want to deal with the pain of zero shoes. Yeah.
But that's also that kind of brings me back to like the chicken or the egg thing.
Yeah.
It's you can give the truth, but people also don't want the truth too.
Yeah.
You know, like you can go like, hey, it's very easy to lose weight. Just eat less than you lose.
No.
There's something else. Something else. You know, like just run around the block every day. No. There's something else. I need way sicker shoes. I need fucking moisture wicking materials or something. You know,
It'd be nice though.
And some people are great coaches and some people are great athletes, right? And I've learned a lot from fake influencers.
They got a lot to offer, bro.
Because some of the basic shit they're saying is not wrong. And then you hear the same shit from everybody.
Or at least it sounds good.
Yeah, you're right. It is giving people what they want. It's like you could,
And they're making it entertaining.
Yeah,
in the beginning, it's like, yeah, you're right.
But it's like snowball, right? It's like maybe something was like built off of a truth, and then it like 5 years later, how far it is from the actual truth, you know what I mean? It's weird, but it got there only because like step by step, it felt like the truth.
But also, how many videos can you make about keto and bench pressing? Like, you're gonna run out of content.
That's why they eventually make up stuff.
Yeah, eventually you have to be like, I invented this heavy ass hat that you lose weight because it's fucking heavy. Yeah.
and then people want it.
Yeah.
You know, like even if you think about Jordans, right? How many are there? Like 20 something. The first one he could win championships in, it's not like each Jordan got you know what I mean?
Yeah, say these ones are from space.
They all just look different.
Hey, you can't bring style into this, bro.
Exactly, but that's the same thing.
true,
But people will keep buying more. People keep buying more. The next one. People want it too. So it's it's hard to go like, oh, they're the bad guy, because the people buying it could also equally be guilty.
It's the demand.
Yeah,
It's both. It's both. I'll say that. That's my answer. It's both.
Okay, good.
Yes.